Alright guys, Supreme Family Garden here, and today what we're doing back here is we are prepping this area. We're going to do a watermelon patch. Now, a couple months ago, this whole line, this was all hedges that were blackberry plants. So what I did, I actually transplanted those guys and I moved them somewhere else just to open the fence area up more. And I just planted a few more muscadine grapes in its place, because if you can look, honey, if you turn the camera that way, these are all blackberries out here. So I figured I'd clean my fence line up and I just put the blackberries back with its relatives. Now, where we're gonna go here is, my wife is wanting us to do a watermelon patch, well, watermelon and honeydew millet, okay? Last year was the first year that I've actually had success actually growing honeydew. That's like one of the hardest things that I've had a challenge with growing. But last year I planted like 2 packs of seeds and I actually got, I think it was like maybe 10 honeydew millets. So what we're gonna do this year, guys, is we're prepping this area. It's probably gonna take me another week or so to actually do it. But if you can show this way, babe. All right, and this is why I haven't made a video. I've been kind of still under the weather, but so far we've gotten this part cleared out, and I'm gonna bring probably about, I don't know, probably a few tons of mulch back here, so that way I can fill it all in. I have a lot of probably about 300 or 400 pounds of coffee grounds up front. Watch your step, babe. And I'm just gonna grade this out a little bit more, and this whole thing here, I'm gonna make this all honeydew and cantaloupe. Now, babe, if you follow me a little bit more this way. So guys, if you go back in some of my other videos, all of this was completely wooded, okay? Now this part I actually did by hand, but where I'm taking you guys, I had one of my friends come in with the machine, make life a little easier. Now honey, if you can show the camera back there, now guys, that's where I dump everything. All of that debris is actually from in here. That's how much work it took me, you know, to do all of that foolishness, because my wife wants to grow a lot of watermelon and cantaloupe. Sometimes I think she thinks my name is Kunta or Toby or something like that. Isn't that right, baby? Some kind of person like that, but I don't mind. All right, and also, guys, let me slow down a little bit. All right, guys, also, these are like some straggly citrus trees that I just didn't want to throw them away. I just brought them back here in the back of the property, and I just planted them. Maybe God will give us some rain here, but I think once I actually put some mulch down here, it'll help rejuvenate these fellas, okay? Now, if you see here, the soil, it's not the best, but from the leaves and everything that has been back here for hundreds of years, it's not super bad, okay? It's still a little sandy, but I'm figuring with the mulch and the coffee grounds and all of that good stuff, we should have a nice crop of watermelon, honeydew melons, and things like that, okay? Now, where we're going now, guys, oh, actually, real quick, hey, bring the camera. I've been listening to you guys talking about selling fruit trees. Man, it's amazing. These are some of the citrus trees that I actually have been selling. I'm gonna get me my own nursery, okay? Don't show him that ugly one right there. Now that one there, he has to jump back, but we probably sold about, I want to say about 40 citrus trees, about 30 papaya, and about, I don't know, about 20 or 30 muscadine plants. We still have more for sale, okay? And again, guys, now I'm thinking maybe about doing the cantaloupe here or the honeydew, and got dirt all over me. And over here, I think I'm just gonna do my watermelon, okay? Okay, honey, watch your step now. Now, at the end of this video, guys, I got a surprise. for those who are actually wanting to do all this homesteading and all of this stuff. All right, come on, babe. I know your foot's hurting, so if I see a rattlesnake, I'll kill it. I'll jump out and just grab it, okay, baby?
Okay.
All right. I'm just playing. If that rattlesnake come, you better run and jump across that fence just as fast as me. But anyway, come on, boo-boo. All right, guys, bear with me. Her foot's hurting, and so we're trying to come up here so we can actually show you guys what we're doing.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna try and get a lot of this stuff pushed out and actually, or take my chainsaw and cut it up and I'll burn it. But right now I'm just trying to actually get my garden going. And here, come on, babe. So if anybody's gonna be down here in Central Florida this year, we're gonna have a lot of watermelon, all right? Something's in the bushes, baby. All right, so what I'm gonna do here, guys, if you can see, this is a lot of uneven terrain back here, but I have a grader and I'm gonna grade all this out. Hopefully this week, I'll bring you guys back and show you the progress on this area. We haven't done a video in a while, so we figured today we'd bring you guys and give you a little tour and update of what's happening for the spring of 2019, okay? But yeah, it's gonna start up there. What I'm gonna do is, if you can, all right, follow me one more time, honey. Babe, you get some cardio doing this. Now guys, we've never cleared this, okay? Because we just thought it was just too much, but now we're doing the gardening and my wife's going on these weird what's the name of that thing you doing, baby? Keto diet, and
changing the way I eat.
She's changing the way she eats. She's finally listening to me. I've been telling her this for years, but thank God she's doing it now. That's all we all can ask. Thank you, Lord. But anyway, now see here, guys, I got to drag all these trees and stuff. It was actually, when we bought this property, there was an old guy who used to live out here. And if you can see here, this was like he had like a tent pitched and all kinds of stuff. And this is like food and stuff that he had. We really couldn't see it because of the palmettos and stuff that were here. And thank God, guys, that we did clear it out, because I killed probably about 4 or 5 rattlesnakes, different weird snakes. I have one over there that I'm going to show you guys at the end of this video. So this time of the year, guys, please, please be careful when you're out in your yard and stuff, because the snakes are definitely on the move. And again, guys, this is something for homesteaders, or not say homesteading, but you know, when you want to grow your own things. Like I just got out of work, now I got to do this. 6 o'clock, I got baseball with the kids. It's always something to do. Now, honey, if you point the camera that way, because her foot hurts, guys, so we can't walk that far. So we're going to just show you guys from over here. All right. Now, if you can see some of my citrus trees, I do have potted up. I'm waiting on a customer to come and pick these babies up. And right here, this is actually my drip irrigation, okay? That's one of my lines. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tee that off and bring it over here and run it down underneath, or maybe take one of the heads from my sprinklers and bring it out here, so that way it can water this part of the property as well. And then once the season's over, I'll just cap it off, because I don't want to water it and then grow things that I don't want to grow. And you think we've covered pretty much everything? And I think we're going to grow Jubilee watermelon, Clemson sweet, what's that other one? I think they call it rattlesnake watermelon, and I think Congo. That's what we're going to be growing here. And this is probably what, baby? How wide you think? Probably about, what, 10, 20? Probably about 60 feet wide by 100 yards, well, about 60, 70 yards long. So it should be a nice watermelon patch for the kids this year. Now guys, if I go underneath this, there's a good chance there's gonna be a lot of rattlesnakes under there. Now fellas, see all of this work? So before you go out and buy property and this isn't what you want to do, always something to do, man. Always something out here to do. All right, we're gonna pause it and we'll bring you guys back and show you what I have on back of mine. All right, guys. Now what we are going to show you is what's growing for 2019 in February. This here is my tropic snow peach tree. Now this one here, we just actually purchased this tree this year, but it didn't give off a lot of blooms and stuff the way that the other trees are doing. But you know, we just planted in the ground, so I think through the transitioning out of the pot into the ground and all of that, it kind of affected the tree somewhat. But oh yeah, over here guys, we actually got 2 mulberry trees, because if you can look that way, I have a tree that's laying down, and again what we're doing is we're trying to take out like a lot of scrub oaks and we're planting fruit trees. And now when we bought this tree, this baby was naked. Now she has all her clothes on. She knew I was gonna put her in the ground, wasn't it, baby? All right, and this particular variety of mulberry is, the tag says it's a black giant mulberry. Black giant, that's a good name for a tree, isn't it? Black giant, don't you think, baby? And this one here also is another black giant, and look at the blossoms on that baby. Oh man. Now you know what I'm gonna do, guys? I'm not gonna transplant this yet. I'm gonna wait and see, let the weather change a little bit, get a little bit cooler, and then one evening, that's when I'm gonna do it, because I don't want to lose the fruit. I knew I should have transplanted that tree when we first got it. Anyway, guys, I want to take you over here. If you can remember, right here was a huge papaya tree, okay? Now, what we're gonna do in this island this year is I'm gonna add color, okay? Because, you know, during the cold months, the papaya dies back, yada, yada, yada. So what I did was I dug this baby up, and I sold it to a very, very nice couple out of Tarpon Springs. So it worked out good. They got a big, healthy, beautiful tree. I got rid of it and buy some more plants. And this Santa Rosa plum tree, I'm gonna take it out, but I'm gonna wait. And I'm probably gonna just add like some crotons, or even a nice big loquat, something like a nice evergreen, just to enhance the island. So again, homesteaders, when you have islands and things like that, trying to add a little evergreen, you know, to keep the color going year round, because when these trees go dormant, it looks like just sticks sitting in there. That's not a real pleasant look. Okay. All right, guys, now over here, this is actually my Santa Rosa plum tree, and we just got probably about 300 pounds of compost. I think it was yesterday or the day before. So what I'm gonna do here is I've been laying it out around it, and then I'm just gonna take this mulch and rake it back. Now I'm not gonna do that right now because I have a lot to show you guys, but this is how we feed a lot of the plants, you know, so that way we don't have to actually buy a lot of fertilizer. I haven't gotten there yet. It's a few pieces of cantaloupe and things like that along the base of that tree. But now over here, I was at work, guys, okay? And actually, honey, turn the camera that way. All right, now guys, if you look at my fence line now, blackberry's gone, fence looks, I think, amazing. If you think it looks nice, leave something down in the comments below. But if you see these loquat trees, okay? Honey, you can stand here if you don't, because I'm just gonna point this out to you guys, okay? Those are all loquat trees. We were at work there probably like 2 months ago. And in these woods, it was every type of fruit tree you can imagine. I even got a tangerine tree grown from seed, okay? It did have fruit on it. It was like 3 tangerines, and they were sweet. So we talked to the old guy who actually owns the property, and I said, do you mind if I take? He's like, oh man, take whatever you want. So look at this, guys. This here is a tangerine tree grown from a seed, all right? I wanted to do a video on it, but I wanted to make sure it was gonna live first, okay? Now check it out, guys. Now I trimmed this thing back because it was growing, it's in the middle of, in the forest, so it was growing straight up, okay? So I had to whack it down, trim it up a little bit, okay? But she is still alive, guys. Now look at here. No graft line, no nothing. Grown from a seed, and the fruit was delicious. That's what had me in awe, guys. The fruit was delicious. Look at that. Grown from a seed. Now, how long this tree was in the forest, I have no clue. But I had to bring this baby home. Look at it, no graft, guys. She's still nice and green. See there? She made it through this winter. All right. Now, honey, I'm gonna say something, but I want you to back up a little bit because it's a rattlesnake right here. All right. Now, this is what I killed on the other side the other day, guys. This is why we tell you guys to be careful, and you know, because he was just sitting there with his little tail going tick 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 tick, scared me half to death. You had rattlesnake combo, baby. What do you think about that? All right, guys. Now back here in this area here, these are some of the pomegranate trees that we actually transplanted. And they're still doing pretty good, and this is some compost that's just laying here. Now believe you me, guys, I'm gonna cover all this up with mulch. I'm just showing you guys what I'm actually doing, so that way you could actually see. I'm not gonna leave it looking like this. Now this peach tree here, I actually transplanted it from over there, because remember, guys, I was explaining to you that what I'm trying to do is actually organize my food forest a little bit better. I want my citrus trees to be with my citrus trees, and I would love for my stone fruit to be with the stone fruit, okay? So that way, as I fertilize, I can kind of keep a better eye on them, okay? Now this particular peach tree, this again is a Florida king peach, okay? Now through me transplanting this particular tree, I guess it made it bloom a lot quicker than the other ones that I have on the other side that I'll show you guys shortly, okay? So far through the transplanting, she's doing pretty good, and as you can see here, she's blossoming out. Not too much, which is good, because I still want these roots to kind of get strong and let the tree get established. So she's doing pretty good so far. All right, and over here, now this is another one of my mulberry trees. My wife's telling me to speak louder because she's moving slow. And this one here is actually starting to bud out. And the name of this one is going to be, this is a mystic red mulberry tree. Now guys, on this one I haven't really done any research on it, so we're gonna just call it a mulberry tree. Very high in antioxidants. I think it's like the cousin of the blackberries. And over here, this is another nectarine tree. And see here, guys, how I have the mound up around it, and through some of the compost, there's actually little watermelon or cantaloupe actually growing out of that. That tells you how good compost is, guys. You throw it in there, it just grows. All right. And back here, my fig trees are actually starting to wake up. Also, guys, I'm going to show you this mound to protect my my cherry tree. Look at that. Almost looks like a volcano, huh? This is how you make a mound. That's a lot of leaves, right? Now, the other day, guys, I actually just sprinkled some coffee grounds around it. So as the summer comes, probably like July, this will be pretty much just black soil. So don't worry about my ugly volcano around my tree. And what else do we have back here, honey, that we can show the guys? Oh, let's look at the name of this particular fig tree here. brown turkey fig. Now this particular fig tree, guys, another way to make money off of your garden, right? It was like 8 or 9 of these growing out. So I pruned this baby back, potted them up, sold them on Craigslist. And over here, that was the brown turkey, right, honey?
Yeah.
And this one here is Olympian fig tree. She's not doing much yet, but the compost that's around it sure growing like crazy. This is old, it looks like lettuce or something there. We'll just throw that over there. I'm surprised the rabbits didn't eat the lettuce. They'd have to rout in the cabbage. But look here, guys, these are all watermelon or cantaloupe that's actually growing from the compost. And this here is another stone fruit, which is a nectarine. And again, guys, this is how we feed it. This is some banana peels, and once I do my final raking towards Friday, I'll just cover all this stuff up because I don't want to breed flies and foolishness back here. But again, we left it here for video purposes only. And guys, I think that is actually about it on the homestead for 2019. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone enjoy your evening. If you like this video, don't like the video, I mean, I would like for you to like it, but if you don't like it, you don't have to put a thumbs down. I mean, if you do, you do. But I don't know, because I don't put thumbs down on people's videos. Doesn't make sense. I wouldn't want to use energy to press a negative button to nobody. But if you do, it doesn't bother me if you do push one on there. But anyway, God bless you all. Everybody drive safe, take care of your kids, kiss your significant other, and may God bless you all. Thank you for watching.